Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite here. I wanted to showcase some of the most beautiful azalea bushes I've seen around this neighborhood in a long time, and they're right here in my backyard. I gotta give my wife an awful lot of credit because she really does take her time making sure that these are trimmed up just the way they need to be, so that when they bloom in the spring, they just overtake everything. The firebush azalea behind me is just absolutely breathtaking. I hope the colors come out on the video here, but there are a couple of other varieties that I wanted to show you before we get into this particular week's video on the upcoming food crisis. So stick around. And here's the neighbor sitting right next door, planted a couple of years after the firebush, is this beautiful pink azalea. It's a really rich, beautiful color azalea. And then as I turn the camera a little bit this way and back this off just a touch, you can see that this azalea here is absolutely incredible. It doesn't get any better than this. So, and we've also got a group right behind us with the dark reds and more of the pinks. So that's the showcase for the azaleas. Well, if you haven't heard much in the news about this, you're just not paying attention. Many of the experts are indicating that we are going to be facing, and we're starting to face it in a dramatic fashion right now, but within the next 3 to 6 months, we are going to be facing a food crisis like you have never seen, like I have never seen. I predict that there will be food rationing, that there will be some sort of government controls put into place for like price controls and things, that we'll only be able to buy certain things on certain days of the week. Those are the kinds of things that I see coming with this food crisis that's on hand right now. Yeah, I do believe that the Russian invasion of Ukraine has quite a lot to do with what's going on right now, because the two countries combined export probably the largest exports of wheat anywhere on the planet. United States is there. We're a wheat exporter because we grow quite a lot of it. But the secondary effects of the folks in Ukraine, they're not going to be able to grow any more wheat because they're at war with neighboring Russia. I don't think Russia's high priorities right now are worried about the folks in Ukraine doing what they normally do, and that's planting food crops like wheat and corn and things like that. So as we tally into what's coming forward time-wise and what some of the other impacts are going to be, and that means fertilizers, nitrogen, potassium, all the other good fertilizers that are there that are available for our farmers, or that were available for our farmers at a reasonable price, which has now quadrupled and maybe even quintupled in price for the simple 10-10-10 fertilizers that they need so very badly to ensure that we're going to have a great crop. The weather doesn't seem to be cooperating that much. There are pockets of severe drought in our grain belts and in our growing areas here in the United States. The price of gasoline and diesel fuel that the farmers rely on to get their implements out there, their tractors out there, their combines out there, that's at least doubled in price, if not tripled in price, for our farmers, and a lot of them are just wondering what to do. And they may be under contract to provide their crops at a pre-negotiated price that they did a year ago, 6 months ago, and without being able to anticipate what's really going on right now. So as preppers, I believe we've got a grand responsibility to take care of ourselves. And that means that we need to invest in our preps. So, and by that, I mean, I have taken probably 6 or 8 months ago, more like 9 months ago now, I took a second look at what we have prepared and set aside and canned and purchased for all our food preps and food preparation preps, and decided I needed to double it. And I took another hard look over the last week or so, and I've decided that I'm going to have to increase that estimate by at least another 25 or 30%. So I have been investing heavily in number 10 cans of freeze-dried food from Emergency Essentials. And I don't care where you get it. This is not any kind of a paid endorsement for their food. I find that it's reliable. They do fast shipping. It's very tasty. They do a great job with it. They stand by their products. I've had a couple of damaged cans come in over the last few years that call them up on the phone and they make it right. So I got to give them a thumbs up on customer service. But I don't care where you get it. You can get it from Mountain House. You can get it from the nutrition channel that supports Alaska Prepper, and I can't remember the exact name, but it's like some nutrition something or other. I find it to be pretty expensive, but it's supposed to be nutrient rich and dense. So to each his own. That's what we're going to do. We also are right now planting our 2022 garden. We've grown all the plants, the tomato plants, pepper plants, cabbages, I think broccoli and Brussels sprouts and things like that. Grown them all from seed that we had on hand, and seeds that we had saved and stored from previous harvests. And we've got all those ready to go. The seedlings are very healthy. They're doing great. And between today and tomorrow, we're going to be planting our tomato plants, the pepper plants, cabbages, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. We've already got the potatoes in the ground, and we'll be planting beans and squash, and we're going to try cauliflower again. We'll see if that works. But those are the kinds of things. It's stuff we eat, and the stuff that you see on the table here next to me is stuff we eat, and that makes sense to me that I'm going to invest in the future. For right now, all I can say is pay attention to what's going on. Mind your receipts. If you've got disposable cash income, if you've got a few extra $100 sitting in a bank account, I would suggest you spend it on food. We're heading to our local wholesale club either late this afternoon or tomorrow morning to see what is out there so that we can stock up. I'm planning to look for bulk ground beef so that we can can that. Planning on looking at bacon and look at the price of eggs, see what kind of cheese they've got out there, what kind of canned goods may be on sale. So that's part of the whole overall plan. The news is dire, my friends, and if we don't prepare to take care of ourselves, to take care of our families, we will suffer. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.